I have evidence of what people are saying they're about to do to you if you said the Trump assassination attempt was fake or staged. It's going to be a situation that's going to get a lot of people in dire trouble. And look at me as somebody who just wants to be that middle ground to give you that warning. So don't get pissed at me, but I'm going to tell you also coming up what the government documents expose that is going to lead into this as well for other people tuning in, and all of us want to know what's coming next to America and how the steps are being implemented. We're about to go down into that deeply here. Now, as far as today, we see that Trump Tower was put on lockdown, and that was as of basically, I think, yesterday. Now, though, the story that is now arriving across America as the nerve-rattling scenario that came was how Trump basically got skimped by a bullet on his ear. And I seen some of the photos come out. I zoomed into it and they showed a bullet hole in his ear. So I want you to just right now, watch your comments. Everybody who's right now commenting, watch your comments. Because there's somebody who said he has a lawsuit for at least billions of dollars to sue anybody who is saying exactly the words you said. Watch your comments, watch your words on social media, and just understand that this at large, I'm going to show you the video, this at large is giving the entire political system a reason to unite at the same time. And I'm saying against the people on social media who are basically coming out and saying this stuff. First, let's just get you into the video clip right now of what's being said about the person who's Dom Lucre, who has his lawsuit already ready and prepared, he's saying.
But people can question an assassination attempt on President Trump. So if the families of Sandy Hook can say that they've been done wrong, and they can say that Alex Jones slandered their entire family by claiming that it was a stage, why can't the same be said for the MAGA family? There were people critically injured, and we had someone that lost a life. So this is what we're going to do. I'm starting a class action lawsuit to represent those families and everyone that went through that trauma. And we're going to be suing everyone together that's calling this a hoax and a fake and a stage for $1 billion. Now, nobody is above the law. I know the amount sounds high, but I'm very serious. It needs to be done. It has to be done. It has to be done because the precedence has been set. The hypocrisy has to stop, and it's not going to stop off the goodwill of people. It's going to stop when you force it to stop. These people have no limits. We have to give them limits.
And don't think this is just a guy, oh, he's just bluffing, he doesn't have money. No, this guy has money, he's serious. And I seen somebody in the comments say, this is a free country, I can say whatever the F I want. You can be sued for saying whatever the F you want too. Just remember that. And I'm not here to like bring division or hate. I'm just simply trying to help you out because the whole political system is about to come against all of us. Again, and if you don't think we're all in the same boat, I didn't say anything was fake though. I didn't say that. I'm reporting on the events that I see across social media, which was a basic trap that you all still don't understand yet. You don't understand the legality of this system. And if you don't understand the legality, that's why you're going to get your butt put into a position where they're basically going to have all the platforms just lined up. And this is a one-party state system. And this is the narrative that they're trying to create. Now, the guy who was on top of the roof, this came out that, oh, he was told to stand down and not shoot. We don't know that to be confirmed because it came from a 4chan. Came up on a 4chan. And you need to understand, we don't need to be divided here. We need to unite together in the right, correct way. So let's not get anger and animosity against the words that I'm saying in this video. Let's just get this thing on point to like, all right, this is an objective. There's a goal here. And looking deeper down into this, what was the RAND document saying? Just days before this happened, I was telling y'all, I seen this rally, right? And a lot of people was calling for like civil war after this. And I'm gonna show you the document. So there was this rally 7 days before all this happened. And look who came up. Look who showed up to this rally. Why did they do this? This was days before the whole Trump situation happened. Here's the video clip of it. Why did they do this? They did this because the documents came out and it was talking about specifically in the events that we just went through, what would happen. And everybody already knew. They looked into it. They said, yeah, these are feds. So the documents here, and people was on Twitter, on X, calling for civil war and stuff like that. And oh, if you want to shoot at Trump, then we're gonna come back at you. This is all a freaking plan. Now, what did the document say here? Let's look at this. This is for everybody. What's next? The U.S. attacks on critical infrastructure. RAND simulation is no different than Cyber Polygon. It came out in June in the documents. The DOD released it. Most of y'all didn't see it because you don't watch JWTV and nobody else was talking about it. In this fictional scenario, the motivation behind simulated attacks was interrupted U.S. involvement, a conflict, creating havoc and chaos. Now let's go straight to where we're at right now after what happened to Trump. Check it out. What does it say? This was the RAND documents, DOD. Splitting factions between those blaming domestic extremists, foreign adversaries in their own government, the inability of government to go after foreign adversaries in order to deal with the domestic chaos. That's exactly where we are at right now. And if you don't see that this document they released in June and it has happened right in July, and we're sitting here telling you right now how everything is being ramped up, and the next big campaign is going to be on social media where they're going to be like, oh, well, now y'all all said that. And they just released something on social media where they can nuke you off the platform, anybody at any given moment. So you're talking about free speech. We're past that. We're past free speech. We have to wake up to the scenario at hand. And if we don't move wisely here, we're setting ourselves into some huge traps. And that's what's going to be happening within these next days, months, and weeks. So I was putting this video out with the intention of help, because remember what the sheriff I talked to inside that Homeland Security meeting, he said before the election, they wanted to simulate, they were talking about this Homeland Security meeting, it was either going to be biological, which, by the way, that sheriff is going to be in drills coming up. He's going to give us more information. And he says he's going to be biological. He said that in the CDC, they were trying to install some more puppets so that they can move forward with this agenda. So we don't believe there's going to be an election this year based on the inside intel, when he's coming out with more intel to give us. And we're going to be spreading that information more so that you know about it and you can relay that to other people. So you need to stick around for all of that coming information here. And so all this stuff that's basically just spread just in a few days, what's the next moves? They're probably going to be preparing for plans on the infrastructure, situations with infrastructure, situations that's going to, this is basically opening up the season of now, all right, we can come and get this group of people and we can come and get this group of people. Because remember in the meeting, the Homeland Security meeting, anti-vax people was the target. Trump supporters was the target. Preppers was the target. This is what the sheriff was telling us. So now they're just opening up so that they can get in and then specifically target a little bit easier now. And you're making yourself an easy target if you fall for the psyop. Okay? So all I'm trying to say here is that this whole situation is leading down to another level where you're being lured into a trap. And all you have to say is like, you know what? I'm just thankful that everything is cool. I'm thankful that Trump didn't get killed, because if he did, that was going to open up the wider war of the Civil War in America anyway. And that's where all of it goes. You got to understand that you don't have to support a political system. I don't support either side. I support the people. I support us. I support you. I support God. And that's the difference between trying to play games when it gets so intensified in our environment. And now we're on edge. We're on edge because of all this stuff. So you got to understand that the season opened up, and the more that we get into these battles with each other, and that when somebody come out with a presentation to tell you, hey, this is where it's going to go, and you get mad at me, just remember, hey, I was just a messenger trying to help out in this mission, because I believe we support freedom together. But I think we need to do it tactically, wisely, and a person with a hot head right now can go off and do the worst dangerous things to this entire system that's coming down and collapsing on us. So I appreciate all of you. Please get the message out far and wide, get it to the right people so we can, and I don't know, you may be prepared, maybe even if you delete the video, maybe you'll be all right. But I get it. You're like, oh, I have free speech and stuff like that. But you're still living in the illusion that you're falling for a trap. So, I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating just to see all this happen because I already seen the documents. I know where it leads. I know where it goes. I know how the feds are setting stuff up. I know how all us are basically something to spiral you into a trap. And so all I'm trying to say is be smart here. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. We're going to have a lot more coming that you need to know about. If you've seen this channel for the first time today, you want to see it for many more times in the future. Trust me. Thanks for tuning in. Donation link below for everybody who support me. Please hit that. We can use that support.